Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. As you could tell by the title, we are doing another collection video, and my favorite color, green, one of my favorite eras, Xbox 360. So without talking, let's just get into the video and start, in no particular order, my Xbox 360 collection. So I think we're going to start this one off strong with the original Rock Band. We have Rock Band. I know, this is insane. I love Rock Band. I, at once upon a time, had everything all the way down to the microphone, the drum set, and the guitar. And sadly, the only thing left is the guitar. I don't have the drum set, nor do I have the microphone anymore. But yeah, I mean, everybody loved the drum set. We all favored the drum set, and I still have this game, and that's really all there is to it. Are there any cheat codes in here? Knowing myself, we have Rock Band cheat codes. I didn't even know these existed. This is from January 12th, 2008. How crazy is that? Oh my god, look at the date on the bottom. That's crazy. That's funny. So yeah, if I knew myself, there were cheat codes in here. Back to the good old days where we got a manual and all that stuff. Here you go. Wow. It smells like nostalgia. But anyway, yeah, Rock Band was, I think, in everybody's Xbox 360 collection, or if at the time you owned a PlayStation. I'm not sure, was this on a PlayStation? Because let me tell you, during my Xbox 360 era, this was right after my PS2 era. PS2 was done, my parents took it. Back then, like I've said in previous videos, they would just kind of sell your stuff to get you the new system. And the new system for me was Xbox 360. I kind of skipped PS3 era, and I didn't get the PS4 until later on. So I was a big Xbox 360 girl for a while, and that it was just a must-have for me. And next we have the Beatles Rock Band. I didn't have this as a teenager, during my Xbox phase. And I call it a phase right now because, I'm on PC. I'm on literally everything but Xbox right now. PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, and PC, right? Because to me, and I know a lot of you are going to disagree, PS5 and Xbox is kind of just have one or the other. I know there's exclusives, but the exclusives on Xbox aren't really the exclusives I'm into over the PS5. So anyway, I didn't have this when I was 15 growing up. My boyfriend actually owned this, and he kind of just was like, here, you could have it, because he saw that I loved the Rock Band stuff and still had the guitar. So he just kind of gave this to me, and it was in really good condition. He even has inside of here, let's see, whatever they were offering at the time, just all these things. There are even, oh my god, look at this relic. You have connect to Xbox Live for your free avatar shirt. So you can put this on your little Xbox avatar, which I think is hilarious, but it's just little nostalgic things like that. There goes the disc. Everything is intact. So when he gave this to me, it was really cool. I played it a little bit. I didn't beat this one yet. I will go back. It's just basically a whole Beatles, what do they call it? Set list. There you go, of songs. So nice to kind of get that out the way. Those are the two Rock Band games I have. I know there were other packs, but I didn't have them. So I was a big Guitar Hero girl on PS2. I had 1, 2, and 3, and those were amazing. But I think my favorite one had to be Guitar Hero 2. That one just was like no other. The next game we have is Aragon. I played the crap out of this game. This was just so good at the time. I have it used. This is the problem. I told you eventually I started getting used games. So used that it doesn't have the manual for some reason. I don't know how GameStop even sold it to me like that, but they did have the movie ticket at the time. Bonus inside Aragon movie ticket. I think I had already seen the movie, but valued up to $6.50. Now, how much is a movie ticket? That is insane. But anyway, this was, again, such a good game. If you haven't played Aragon, please play it. If you like dragons and fighting and just whatever it is, Aragon was a very good game. And I'm not big on the games based on movies. Like, I've never played any Pirates of the Caribbean games or, just anything really based on a movie except Harry Potter. But even those growing up, I didn't play a lot of. Like, I know they had the games on GameCube, or they had the games on PS2, whatever, DS. I didn't play a lot of those. mainly due to like graphics and stuff. I love the ones that are out now. But anyway, Aragon is the only like movie game that I really just got hooked on. So that is just a great memory right there to play. The next one is going to be unexpected. But for those of you who have seen my Nintendo collection video, you know I was into 2K and I explained that I liked playing a lot of sports games. Nothing drove me wild, not only for a sports game, but a sports game that was labeled Street. So I had Street Home Court. And not only that, I don't know if you guys remember on the PS2, NBA Street Volume 2 specifically with Stretch. I love that game. I think that's my favorite basketball game, but this one's pretty good for what it was. Actually, looking at this just kind of makes me want to play it again, like now. But I mean, I'm a big back of the cover girl, and these at the time were just some amazing graphics, but the tricks in here and just, again, for what it was, going from Volume 2 on PS2, Street Volume 2 to Street Home Court was just a big jump, and if you know, you know. So this was definitely a fun one to play, and I'm just still happy I own this game. Because a lot of these games I shared with my brothers. Some were my own and some were shared. And so far, Rock Band was shared and Street Home Court was shared. So there you go. The next game is something that was mine primarily, and again, I've mentioned I like these types of games. We have Tony Hawk's Proving Ground. This was a fun game. I don't think I ever beat this game. It's the funny thing is I liked playing skating games, but sometimes they would just get really hard. Again, my favorite Tony Hawk game will always be American Wasteland for the PS2. But the funny thing is, I miss these little promotions on the cover. They just make them so nostalgic and almost like relics now. But it says includes Guitar Hero 3 Legends of Rock 5-song demo. So I wonder if I could just pop that in and still play the demo whenever I want. Let me know how that works, or is it over? I don't know. The next game we have is Leisure Suit Larry Box Office Bust. This is a very inappropriate game. I knew nothing about Leisure Suit Larry or that series. This is like at the times when we would go to GameStop, and at that point, like I said, big back cover girl, I would just look at it. I saw the film strip and was just like, since that's something I literally went to college for, and at the time was aspiring to go to college for, film, media, whatever. I saw that even on the cover, and I was just like, I want to play this. And was I in for something? I did beat this game. It was such a fun play. Wow, look at this. I keep opening the cases because you never know what you're going to find in your old game cases. This is the receipt. At the time, this game was $20. So that could spark up a conversation because now we're all paying $60, $70, a lot of money for some games. But this was $20 at the time, and I bought this on May 8th, 2009. So there's some reference, but definitely if you have not tried this and you're getting back into Xbox 360, maybe you just bought a console, maybe you never knew this game existed, I highly recommend this game. It's just a good time and it's funny, and there's still things I quote from it to this day. The next game came with my Xbox 360. The Xbox 360 I'm referring to that is still alive to this day is kind of the one that they updated from that original white one. Mine unfortunately did get the red ring of death, and then that next Christmas my parents updated me with that new black one, but it was still the 360. And at the time the Kinect was out and all that stuff. Forza Motorsport is a pretty cool game. Obviously, you like cars, you like racing, you like driving. Enough said. I do, of course. I'm a big GTA girl. Am I big and heavy on the racing games? Not really, but they're fun. Like, I'll play them at an arcade. I'll play them at Dave & Buster's. And sometimes when you're playing them there, you kind of want to go home and you're just like, I just remembered I have Forza. Let me go play. Then you kind of forget about it. But anyway, yeah, and this apparently was the fourth one. I never really followed this series, but hey, it was a free game, so why not? And that was really it. They didn't throw a manual in, and for some reason, this just felt so lightweight compared to the others. But yeah, that was just a free game that I got, and why not? The next game I have is Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe. This game was sick. I beat the game. I love DC, right? I told you I'm not the biggest Marvel girl. I like Marvel. Obviously, you saw my PS5 collection. I have Spider-Man games. But I'm big on DC, and I'm definitely big on Batman. I'm a big Batman fan. But this game was good, and I'm a big Mortal Kombat fan. So I think if you're a fan of the two, you should have this in your Xbox collection. There's just enough said, and you're just basically self-explanatory. You're fighting the Mortal Kombat people, at least in the story mode, right? I believe you are the DC side. I don't recall, but yeah, that's really what that is. And going into DC, there are some games I don't have physical copies of. For example, the Arkham Asylum series and just the Batman series. This is primarily where I started, right on my Xbox 360. Oh my goodness. And that was a time where my brother modded my Xbox, so we were getting discs burned and, you know, illegally playing them, but that's when I fell in love truly with the Batman games on the Xbox 360. So that'll be definitely a time that is very important to my gaming history. And that is why to this day I'm still trying to play all of them, as I stated in my, I think it was my PlayStation video. If you haven't seen that collection, go check it out. But yeah, I had that, and again, you won't see the physical copy, but I did have the first Red Dead Redemption and beautiful games that I don't have physical copies of, and Left 4 Dead as well. Those are like the 3 burned games from my modded DS that I would play all the time. But the next game we have is Injustice: Gods Among Us. Now, the funny story about this is my dad got this for me my senior year of high school, and my senior year of high school was just so hectic that I still haven't had the chance to play this. The reason the game is even open is because my friend at the time who was living here so she could finish her high school year because her family had moved, she was living with me and she was playing my Injustice, so I never really got to play my own profile for this. So if you have played Injustice before, Gods Among Us, let me know how it is, because I still have to pop this in and play, but very happy I have it. I know at the time I really wanted it. I could tell you the year, 2013. Yes, that's exactly when I was graduating high school. So senior year kept me away from this game, and I definitely want to try it. And again, primarily DC, so you gotta love me for that, at least, you know, my little DC collection. The next game is something I started on PS2, but I had to come here and get the Scholarship Edition, made sure I didn't get it used when I bought it, or when my parents bought it at the time, is Bully Scholarship Edition. You cannot play any games if you haven't played this one. I mean, you know, again, for the millionth time, big GTA fan, big Rockstar fan. Enough said. If you have not played Bully, please go pick this up. Please go play it on PS2, on Xbox 360, whatever you have to do. Go pick this game up. Go to your local game store. Go find it at a flea market, Goodwill. I don't care. Get this. If you are just getting into Xbox 360 right now, I and a lot of people are waiting for not only a remaster, but maybe even like a Bully 2. I think that would make so much money right now. And a lot of people happy. And this is when Rockstar still would give you posters. So you kind of had a poster like that, or a map of the whole school. And if you played Bully, you would see that he also like kind of gets off of school grounds, and he's able to kind of, you know, adventure around and all that fun stuff. But this is such a great game. I definitely want to play through this again. So yeah. Oh my god, just holding this in my hands, I feel very happy and lucky. And when they released this too, they had 8 new missions, 4 new classes, 4 new characters, 2-player mini games, new rewards and achievements. So it wasn't just re-releasing it on Xbox 360. They kind of just added. So it was more than just a remaster. It was a masterpiece. The next game we have, and I think I've spoken about this before in my GTA conversations, was my version of a bootleg GTA, but still a good game, Saints Row. This is the first one of many, and I remember asking you guys to list down any of the Saints Rows I've missed, because I know I have. I can specifically show you, and this is like my old handwriting. I would write down cheat codes like crazy. Oh my goodness. I love Saints Row. There's not much really to say. I even have some of the phone numbers that you could dial in there. So I think that's pretty funny. Saints Row, I haven't beat the first one. This one I would just kind of make a character in like free play, but I should go back to the story. I never beat this one. The next game, ironically, is Saints Row 2. This was the first Saints Row game where you can actually be a female. So I beat this game. I was so hyped. At the time, a used copy was $55. That is such a ripoff just looking at that. I don't have cheat codes for this one, but I remember for this one, the story was just so good. I don't remember it. A lot of drugs, but I just, again, I was hyped that I could be a female, you know? So I was just like, I was myself. I named her after me, and yeah, I was chilling. I was catching bad people. I was doing my thing. But Saints Row 2 really stepped it up. Not only graphics-wise, but just story-wise from Saints Row 1. But who am I to talk? I didn't beat Saints Row 1. And then kind of after that, I didn't really get to play Saints Row until the one I have for PS5. So I definitely missed a chunk, and would love to definitely get back into that game. The next series we have is something that I'll cherish forever. I should just do both of these at the same time. We have Fable 2 and Fable 3. So the story with these is, first of all, they're amazing. My brother got me into them. This is actually his copy of Fable 2 that I just took along the years. Out of the two, I beat Fable 2, and then Fable 3, this is actually the game where my Xbox got the red ring of death. I was like in the middle of a desert, and then it just red ring. That was it. Boom. And I never went back and finished this. I should do the same thing, but out of the two, I really liked Fable 2 better. You might think that's unfair to say since I didn't play the whole game, but I played a good chunk of this game, a majority of this game, and I don't know, the story on this one was just better. But these are some really awesome games, and if, again, you're looking to get back into your Xbox 360 collection, me, Selena, personally recommends this series, Fable 2, Fable 3, and they do have Fable 1, but I know that was like on PC, correct me if I'm wrong, and it was just cheesy to me. I think you need to just start with 2 and 3. That's it. That's my opinion. But these games I spent so many hours with. Oh my god, I remember making so many different characters, whether you can go buy through the whole thing and make them good or make them evil. I think I would always pick evil just because I wanted to see like the skin glow, and when you get like all the scars on your body, they just kind of glow a blue color. It was just so cool, and all the things you could do in there, crafting. I'm a big quester. I don't like when games call it a mission. I like quest. So definitely those games hold a huge space in my heart. The next one we have pre-owned is Tekken 6. So in my PS5 collection, you see that I have Tekken 8 now. So this goes to show you that I was a Tekken fan. You know, I told you guys I have old Tekken games, and I believe my PSP I have Tekken. If you want to see a PSP collection, we'll definitely get that out. If you guys are interested, let me know in the comments. But yeah, there's not much to say. Another fighting game, just Tekken. You know, there you go. And that's it. I really started playing Tekken games on PSP, so anytime we got the opportunity to get Tekken, I'd get Tekken. The next games will come in a series. So this is, in my hand, absolutely one of my favorite games to ever exist, Grand Theft Auto 4. So we talked about the definitive edition. We talked about the other 3. You know, we kind of skipped over 2, we don't care about it. 1, we don't care about it. But Grand Theft Auto 4 really changed the game, and you don't really need me to go into that. There's tons of PlayStation and Rockstar history videos where you can see how Grand Theft Auto 4 changed the game. And this was such a dark story that it really just, it captivated me. This is literally my favorite GTA game. If 6 comes out and changes that, fine. But Nico Bellic's story was just phenomenal, and I did beat this. I remember being in the 8th grade and just beating this whole game of violence and all these things. But there's another map in here as well, posters, whatever Rockstar likes to give you. But this is just a good game. If you haven't played GTA in general and you're looking to get into the franchise, play this. You don't need to play the first 3 to play this one. I know a lot of people beg to differ. San Andreas is their favorite, maybe Vice City. I know those are the 2 that a lot of people like. I never hear people say GTA 3 is their favorite, but in any case, 4 is my favorite, hands down. So I also have there, at the time when DLCs came on their own disc, I have, what is it called? The Lost and the Damned and the Ballad of Gay Tony, which I've beaten both. And I like that exclusivity where at the time it was only on Xbox 360, but yeah, man, I mean, these were just amazing to play, and even these were fun at the time. Like this expansion pack for this, like just these 2 and an Xbox right now, fun time. You don't need anything else. And then eventually, when it came out in 2013, I was gifted this GTA 5, which I ended up beating in a month. So my first year of college, I would just like, instead of trying to like mingle and make friends, I would literally rush home after class to go play this. So it was like September of 2013. Like I would literally get mad at the bus for going slow because all I had on my mind was GTA. I'm literally a GTA fanatic. And that's when the discs started getting, you know, double discs, and we were really getting somewhere with graphics and all that stuff. But I think this version personally is special to me, even though I have a digital version on PS5, aka PS4, because that's when I downloaded it. I know they've updated the graphics of this game since, and that's why it's downloadable on there, but just having the physical copy, and this is the only physical copy I own, and those graphics aren't as good as the one now that you can download from the digital store. It's just different, man. It's on my Xbox, you know, and I do have the digital version on my PlayStation just because I wanted to try online, and they didn't let you try it without having the game. But there's just something about popping in that disc or playing the original without, you know, microtransactions or just whatever you want to call it. Like, you know, so I'm happy I have the physical game, and I'm not one of those people that can only say they have it digitally, and that I did play it when it really truly first came out. GTA 5 was definitely something new, something different. You know, I would say 4 and 5, if you want to jump into GTA, those are the ones to do it with. But 4 just, you know, even as great as 5 was with the 3 characters and the 3 different stories, 4 just was really the best for me. But that's because I like a darker story. You may think like 5 was just full of color and fun and chaos. Like Trevor is just, Trevor's my favorite character in that one, but I definitely have to just give it to 4, and that's really it. So hopefully 6 can change my mind, we'll see. Same thing that I say with Life is Strange. Maybe the new one will make 3 be in second, but right now 3 is in first place. But other than that, that is all of the physical Xbox 360 games I own. You know, it's not the biggest collection, but I think personally why this collection is special to me is because although it's not a crazy big one like my Nintendo Switch one, or maybe even like my PS5 one, there are some very good quality games that could keep you busy for hours in this collection. And I think at the time, this was before I would collect. I would just buy games I was interested in. Now, I'm not saying I just buy any random game, but for Switch, you know, there's a certain theme I have at this point, and we can all agree Switch games are not as long as PS5 or Xbox games, so you can kind of buy a whole bunch because you know you won't be satisfied for that long. Maybe 5 hours tops, 10 if you're lucky. But these games give you a quality of life long, you know, time to play. And just graphics-wise, they're better. Stories are darker. So I think this array is something I'm proud of to have. And every one of these games I would go back and play. There's not a single game I could say, like this is probably my favorite collection out of all of my collections that I have. So yeah, let me know what you had in your Xbox 360 collection. Let me know what was great about my collection, what you didn't like in my collection, what you think I would have liked back then. You know, determining from the games I have showed you right now. And yeah, what games do you think I can add to this collection? I still have my Xbox 360 up and running and working, so it wouldn't hurt to, you know, buy a game and add it to the collection. Although I don't like used games, so that would be a bad idea for me because I will never get nothing really new unless it's for $500, which I wouldn't do. But until then, I hope you enjoyed my Xbox 360 collection. Thank you so much for everybody who's been sticking around and subscribing, and I hope you're enjoying these little videos. We got some unboxings coming up, we got some more collection videos coming up, and some more watch me play videos coming up. So thanks again, and just remember that Selena loves Kirby.